What's up YouTube, it's your boy SlayIsland, and I'm back with the final 7 games of week 10. After today, there will only be 2 weeks left of the regular season, and then it's playoff time. Let's get right into the first game. We have Wizards District Gaming taking on Heat Check Gaming.
Boo and authentic. So now we get back-to-back games where you get to see the display of the shot slasher and its capability. I do think it's just going to be interesting to see if there's any sort of variation with these players. I know that JT is probably going to look at that matchup with Los and say, you know what?
I'm with us in the Twitch chat. I need some score predictions, and I'm not talking
two. You had Los jumping at half court. So, I mean, you're a man down. That's something that has to be done. You got to be able to knock those down.
Overtime.
Triple OT.
Hot shot in the corner to Jalen. Jordan fours, and he hits the three. One thing you know about these teams, they understand ISO ball. If anyone can stop it, it's
home now too online. They're getting so many more reps in. They can try out so many different things. But you're seeing the right way of playing this. You see him dropping down for the double
now. Takes a left-handed mid-range jumper. 16-10. Reese to God. Yeah, this is a lot different than last night. Maybe the #1 seed today if they can win them both. Hot shot with a big jam. Drops the shot there. Oh my, windmill jam. Can you ask for anything more? Boo Painter! Get you some Majestic. Will be our third game of the day. Boo gets into JT.
You have to think of how much he's controlling the ball, how many times he's driving. That takes a big hit.
Boo Painter takes off. And we got a 2-point game. Rocking and rolling. Hot shot. And there's a timeout by the Wizards. And let's listen in to DC. 10-point lead. They cut it to 8.
Gonna get a block.
Drop off. I'm not sure I wouldn't. It really hampers that defense. But a nice block by Majestic. I mean, especially when somebody gets a heat indicator like that. A little early start compared to our normal 11 a.m. here on Saturday. That's an and one.
Who classified coming into draft one of the best centers that we had in NBA 2K has gone down to the small forward. Well, because of how many people were forced to jump at it. Yeah, if it had even just Browns, I'd sit there and I'm like, wow.
On shot back to Los for 3. Got it. And he drops the shot there. Oh my, windmill jam. 8:45, hot shot. Oh my, we got a heat indicator on heat indicator.
That's just the way you're going to have to stop it. Take your pick. Do I want the guy to pinch from the wing? Do I want him to pinch from the corner? I think a safe bet for a lot of teams that you would love to match up where it's just an isolation set from both teams. I mean, the threes are the difference maker. Because you know.
Majestic, back up to hot shot. Los. Good find. The Wizards are now 5-6. They're going to drop out of that 8th spot.
PhD and Chen said, why is Chen the only one getting drafted? Well, Timmy, if you win a team-up game, you might get one. But until you... That's the thing with Wizards District Gaming is that they're not just one-dimensional throughout the entirety of the game. They're actively changing some things up as well. So you have JT who will dribble the ball. I mean...
Team up by 10. Back to Los. Shot clock running down. Oh, my. Majestic just getting dunked on.
Anytime that, especially in a matchup where it's just an isolation set from both teams, I mean, the threes are the difference maker.
So Miami is going to move to 7-4 in the regular season.
The Heat blow out the Wizards 95-77 to improve to 7-4. The Heat had a very slow start to the season, but now it looks like they almost have a playoff spot locked up. And the #1 reason for that is Hot Shot's play. Ever since being moved to small forward, he's been unstoppable. And in this game, he finished with 51 points and 10 assists. The Heat's coach, Famous Enough, made some great changes in this game. He moved sharpshooter Los to point guard, where he chipped in with 17 points, and moved their best defender, Majestic, to power forward so he could guard the 5 out. The Wizards, on the other hand, are now 5-6 and are most likely going to have to win out if they want to make the playoffs. The biggest problem with this Wizards team all season long is their defense, and once again they gave up 95 points in this game. Next up, you're going to see a quick recap of the Jazz Blazer game, and then we're going right into the full highlights of the Pacers versus Celtics.
That was about as exciting of a game as we had booked, man. Big time win for B5. Congratulations on clinching that playoff spot. As Scott said, they did it the hard way, the old way, man. A good old-fashioned dub. It did not come easy by any means, though. Jazz definitely gave them all they could handle and then some, but just fell a little bit short. Really great performances on all sides. So take a look at the standings right now. Again, B5 has clinched a playoff spot. They're now 10-1 on the season. Big time feel for them. Meanwhile, the Jazz falling into that 9th spot. They're 5-6. So definitely even more sense of urgency kind of sinking in as we switch over to the highlights powered by Alienware. Take a look at exactly how this one developed. It certainly was a good one, as I said. Really, shots for B5 was the guy who kind of kept them in this thing early going when you had Mama and Walnut kind of having quiet games, but that would not last. Walnut, I mean, at the end of that first half, only 2 points, but finished with 24 points, 13 rebounds, got himself a double-double. He was definitely feeling it. Lavish as well, got his shot back, and they certainly needed it, man. He definitely poured in some good buckets. And then my man Grant, I got to tell you, they got that steal towards the end of the game. Then Grant went down there, put it in the basket, got fouled, and then hit that dagger 3 as well. Just kind of separate them enough where I don't feel like the Jazz had enough time. They did have a couple opportunities. Scott kind of highlighted downstairs where they could have maybe went for the offensive rebound off of a miss from Deeds at the line, but they chose not to go for it. And it might have been, kind of the thing that shot him in the foot there. Compete showed up. He had 21 points. He was great. Slaughter was excellent, 26 points, 10 points, but just was not quite enough on the day, as that team right there, B5, continues to show exactly why they're the #1 team in the league. Take a look at the stats for you. Again, an incredible showing from the Jazz. I thought they played out of their mind, and I really do hope they're able to kind of keep that kind of fight and that ferocity for their next battle, because even though they are at 5-6, they're not out of the playoff hunt just yet. However, B5 immediately into the playoffs. Big ups to them. I'm going to send it down to Scott because he's got the player of the game. There's a lot to choose from. Let's see who's down there.
Yeah, two-way rebounder? What do you got for us, Dirk?
That's going to be interesting to see how it's played. I mean, this is where you're probably looking at the matchups and Mel guarding down towards the paint. See how much that two-way rebounder can do when it comes down to stopping the rebounding athletic finisher.
Interview. You got a pregame interview as well. Not bad start to the league. Frosty. There's Boston able to get up here easily to New York, but they've been waiting around.
Again, paint's too disqualified. Come on, you should know the flights are going to be delayed. You're not going to have to worry about Mel really driving down in towards the paint. He's just going to be going down to the dead zone, little pass fake, and then the pass is going to go directly to him. So if Frosty can just put his hands up.
Playoff implications in this one. Celtics 6-5, Pacers 4-6.
Just went behind the three-point arc. That's where you really have to limit him. You know what he's going to do from the mid-range area. But he's just cutting down his assist totals too. When he is not getting others involved, this team does struggle.
Nice, some outliers out there.
It's the smoothest release. Like you said, that's every 2K you have one base that everyone kind of use. Last year,
game. Felt some midnight madness, of course. Gooner for 3. 10 a.m.'s early. And it's taken away by Fab. Still loose on the ground. Fab picks it up. 3-on-1, and he'll finish himself. Down to Shockey. Big time jam. Swizzer bottoms. Fab trying to answer no. Arsenal there for the board. Taken away by Frosty though. Up ahead to Swizz. And he finishes with the jam.
Well, it couldn't have been like this in the showcase game. But it's all matters how you do when you step into a league game. But he's made an impact right on his debut. He's making one right now too.
Shockey gets the foul there. So now Arsenal will have an opportunity to complete the three-point play. Nice pass there by Speedbrook. Up ahead to Fab. And Fab will finish. 16 for Fab. And Indiana still up 2. Nice off ball. Screen there by Shockey, freeing up Swizzer.
They just know the tendencies of what's going to be considered a contested jumper and what's not.
What a shot by Wolf, floating it in. 5-0 run by Indiana. Fad able to quiet that. Swizzer. Those are 3 and it's green.
I feel like you will not see somebody who's more confident shoot.
4 to shoot. Wolf. Tough shot blocked. Sticks with it and it'll count. Perseverance by Wolf. And he's got his troops up by 5. Wolf back the other way. Gooner. Awkward. Shockey is there, trying to save the possession. Swizzer! Oh my! This kid is in fuego.
No, and like now they've even given the ball too because he's hot. Trying to get maybe some like pick and roll just to get a little bit of space. One of the top snipers. That's his job. It's just he shoots. This guy took 18.
Best drawing of Shockey you can, and we'll use that the remainder of the season. What do you think about the two-way rebounder? 10 points, 9 rebounds for Frosty the Truth.
I mean, see, here's the thing, right?
Oh, that would have been for 30. And Shockey, patient. Wolf, but that was a explosion of scoring for Indiana, a team that struggled, and a lot of it because that guy right there.
Like we said, Huey West was the #free Drake constantly over and over again. And now that's what we're getting into here.
Virtual Coppers, you got it. 79-56, foul. We're having some fun here because Indiana.
Talk that you've talked all season long where you're saying, hey, we're going to clinch, we're going to clinch. Well, you might not.
Gooner for 3. There's no free tacos, but they can do it right here. Skips it across to Wolf for 100. Bang!
History made.
The Pacers blow out the Celtics 102-68 to keep their playoff hopes alive. After this game, the Pacers are now 5-6 and the Celtics are 6-6. That means if either of these teams want to make the playoffs, they're going to have to win out. But the story of this game was the three-point shooting. The Pacers sharpshooters Swizzer and Gooner combined for 54 points and 13 made three-pointers, while the number 2 overall pick Fab struggled from deep, shooting 4 for 13. The Pacers started the season off 0-4, but right now they're one of the hottest teams in the league. If they can win out and secure that final spot, they'll be dangerous come playoff time. Moving on to our next game, we have Wizards District Gaming taking on Warriors Gaming Squad.
It's definitely going to be interesting with the archetypes selected. Rebounding athletic, we saw how we really couldn't guard the 5 out really at all yesterday. Even somebody as great as Feast as he is on defense.
JT goes baseline. Up on the other side, good.
There goes center, get down the paint. You like it, you love it.
Got the mismatch and able to rim.
You said it, not me.
360 jam and 1. Who's got 4? JT. Cash out wants to know in chat, is someone going to score 84 again?
I think the biggest thing for this, when obviously we have the box score we're always able to look at. I mean, especially in this game, it's a lot of times they just love to go one-on-one. You know what? I'm not going to really put a body. And it's something that when the moment's right, we talk about it. When you see teams, if you don't watch 2K, at the end of game situations, they're not going to dribble out the clock. They're going to sit there and just keep on adding more points in. That's the aim of the game. If that's what it comes down to when you're looking at teams with identical records.
Working against tight. Spins his way and able to finish. One of my favorites in the league. Smooth.
The trend continues. 1 for 6 now. This is where usually you see them stop taking threes, but I have a feeling there's going to be more threes in the bag.
Smooth. He's got 8 points.
You should not be down to this.
Big reason for the low scoring, but Boo able to hit the mid-range jumper there. He's got 14. Sean Wynn, quadruple team, somehow scores. Warriors are 12 of 28. Tight. Rattles around. He's now 2 for 9.
And what a
great job by Type. And I'll just give him a lot of love right now to Type because he's a guy that doesn't need a defender build. Hotshot having back-to-back 50-point games. And there's Type starting to heat up from the outside. And like JT said earlier, like the season, this is the season right here.
Honestly, I think if you're Wizards District game and you come out with a loss, obviously there's still plenty of games to go with. I think you ditch JT kind of driving down low, getting to that lower block, just waiting, seeing, trying to get a read of what the point guard's going to do. If Boo's able to get a position down low, just feed it straight down towards him. They'll just keep going back to it. It's working.
Big two-hand jam there for Boo Payne and ripped away by the quadruple team. And Gilly will finish. 2 to shoot. Gotta let him fly. That's blocked by JT.
You see the matchup has now been switched. They realize they're playing more of a paint game, so now you need that size down low with a power forward. Ooh, that spin move's nasty. You have plenty of time to work it through. There's nothing wrong in a fast break just to slow things down. You don't have to be like, just run and go. We need to get a score here. It's an easy way. Sometimes you create contact, you score. And guess what? Hey, if I don't score, I have a guy out there for the offensive board.
Vert goes to Win. Skips it across in time. Bang!
Oh, there we go. That's a big shot. Tight.
Boo Payne versus Type. Coming down to this. And I don't know why you come out on him like that.
Usually in late game situations, for some reason, you see him knocked down more than not.
Smooth got to force it up, and the whole team blocks his shot.
The Wizards sneak out a must-win victory over the Warriors 61-58 to improve to 6-6. Boo Painter had another great game for the Wizards, finishing with 36 points, and the Wizards are now going to have to win their final 2 games to make the playoffs. And neither of these games will be easy, as next week they play Blazer 5, and the week after that they play Knicks Gaming. If they're going to win these last 2 games, Boo Painter's going to have to be unbelievable, and their defense is going to have to tighten up. The Warriors, on the other hand, are now 2-9 and have already been eliminated from playoff contention. They made some questionable decisions in this game, benching their point guard like a pro and moving Type to a slashing defender and having him take 13 3-pointers is just a recipe to lose. Alright, but let's get into our next game. We have Pistons GT taking on Jazz Gaming.
Compete. Going to Deeds. And he'll drop it in. So Furhead's going to push it up. And up and under. And this is now a Detroit team that's not, this could not put up enough points early. But I think with Joseph the Truth,
I think the first time he went there, 4 for 4,
yeah,
almost
a couple 4 for 4 games.
Then the next game he came out slow, but in the game after that, it picked right back up like he had never left either.
Slaughter. Dribble this one all the way out. Compete. Find themselves trailing by 7. They got to be careful here. Smooth. No, but Slaughter's right there to clean it up. Court's in the lead. Compete. Nice floater. Taken away by Insanity. He's trying to get some space from Slaughter, and what a block! Mr. Slaughter was just lurking on this dirt.
I mean, this is one. He tried to go for the reach, so initially to stop the breaks. You know that more than likely, if you're down there, you're not going to get that. So you're fighting for the 8th seed, but now you got to make the X work. But the good thing is, 7th and 8th, pretty close by.
Insanity with a jam.
But for the Jazz, it's just, you know, you don't care about the Pistons right now. You're just like, okay, I need this team to lose because this is our race. This is about to be like the 6-way tie.
Pete drops it down to Slaughter, and he throws it down. Job by Detroit getting back. Smooth. Gives it a Slaughter. Posterization. Can we get Jeff Ahmad? I mean, he's in the building. Can we get the guy Ahmad Sword?
Jeff Eisen? Oh, yeah. Oh, what did he just
start? Sorry about that. 27-27.
I mean, they brought it back to tie the game. It's been a huge second quarter, and that's been on the back of guys like Slaughter.
Back the other way. Insanity putting on a dunk show. You lost me, dude.
I forgot. You're in sync.
Yeah, I'm okay with NSYNC. We hate him because we ain't him. Breezy front, deep three, and we're tied at 35. Breezy with 5, didn't score last game earlier today. Turnover. Ramo takes it away again.
Still, when you're right down towards the paint, you're going to end up getting a bucket.
Scoring drought on the last couple possessions for both of these teams. Sanity flying through the lane. No, but Ramo's there.
And you see how confident they are, too.
Keeping it alive. We got a player on the deck. No. Back the other way. Pistons GT. And 1.
It's like you.
1:22 to go here in the third. Jazz seeing their season slip away if they don't respond. Pistons in the bonus. Jazz trailing by 4. They go to Slaughter. The Cavs and the Raptors next. Look, Raptors, they really need a win to try to keep pace with the rest of the league. Big 3 ball. Sanity takes it away. So far ahead. Gives it to Joseph. And Freddie Mendoza off the mark. But Ramos right there. Knock plays are 5 out of the last tournament. And a 17 seed, 1 seed upset. Pete, one-on-one. And blocked by Ramo. Monster block. Up ahead to Insanity. And it's a 3-point lead now with 3 minutes to go. I like the confidence. I don't like the execution. Oh boy.
Did you like that one?
Freddie Mendoza, a.k.a. so far ahead. It's got a double-double. They couldn't skip it. They had Compete on the backside all alone. Breezy! He can really play.
The Pistons beat the Jazz 74-64 to improve to 8-3. With 8 wins and 3 games left to play, you can pretty much guarantee the Pistons will be in the playoffs. But the bigger story here is how bad the Jazz have fallen off. This loss marks their 5th straight loss, and they're now sitting at 5-7. And with 7 losses, they don't have much chance to make the playoffs. So what happened to this Jazz team? Why were they so great in the beginning of the season, and now they're just so bad? Well, to start off, with the 3rd overall pick in the draft, they selected Compete. And Compete has been average to good all year long, but he's never been great. Earlier in the season, what made them so good, it just seemed like all 5 guys could flat out play. But that just isn't the case anymore. Smooth went from one of the most efficient players in the league to shooting 2 for 9. Deeds has gone from a very solid contributor to pretty much irrelevant, and Slaughter, while still putting up good numbers in this game, hasn't played like he did earlier in the season. It might be hard to believe, but at one point the Jazz were a top 3 team, and now they're out of the race. Alright, we have 2 more games for the day. We're going to run through quick recaps for both of them, and then look at the playoff picture.
All right, heck of a game for this red-hot Raptors team. Now winners of the last 5 of 6. Kenny, what a game he had right there. 3rd ever triple-double in the league. Idris, Mel, and now Kenny joining that elite group of company. And this Raptors team, man, I'm telling you, they are trending in the right direction. Meanwhile, the Cavs, some struggles. They got to kind of figure out, hey, what's going on? This was not the one for them, man. Just not enough scoring to keep up with that high-powered Raptors offense. Take a look at the highlights, show you exactly what we talking about here. It was built, kind of booked to be one of the better matchups for the weekend. Again, first time meeting 2 teams that are kind of getting to where they want to be playoff-wise. But the Raptors, I mean, you could tell, man, they were just a little more hungry. Hood, he finished with 21 points, but he certainly struggled towards the beginning of the game. And then you had, Toxic getting involved sick. But the scoring load, again, it just wasn't there, for the, honestly, they had, what did they do? Attempted 7 threes. Meanwhile, you got the Raptors who hit 7 threes, man. I mean, that's just the difference right there. That'll just kind of break it wide open. It was that kind of game. And for the Raptors, you got to be thinking, hey, yeah, we still have, some tough games left. But, man, if we can keep playing like this, who's really going to stop us? Meanwhile, the Cavs, you look ahead to their schedule, they got the Celtics and the Magic. That's going to be a tough outing to go ahead and get those W's, man. They're going to have to refocus immediately, hit the tape, hit the scrims, and just get it together because they can ill afford to have another performance like this. This was all Raptors from the start, man. They did not look back. So big ups to them. Toronto, stand up, your Raptors, man. They certainly are uprisings. All right. So let's take a look at the stats. There you see it, man. Again, Kenny, what a performance, hitting the 4th triple-double ever seen throughout the NBA 2K League. The Cavs, you know, hey, back to the drawing board. It happens, man. You can't win them all. But like I said, Raptors, they are your winners. Oh, my Lord. What a game. What a game to cap off the weekend, the night, anything, man. You know, it's one of those things where this has kind of just become one of my favorite little rivalries in the league here, even despite like the record discrepancy. It's something to talk about, man. That was about as intense as it gets. I think my man Cook lost his glasses again. Let's take a look at this replay, man. Let me show you, get a little taste of what we were kind of dealing with, man. This was the shot right here from Cold World that, oh man, that's gonna be a. It's going to be a subject of controversy as far as how they had this match kind of wrapped up. Yeah, shot it. Probably should have got fouled right there, but man, the fact of how that just kind of unraveled for Kings Guard, because they had it well in hand, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was looking like it was all wrapped up. But you know, B5, man, you know, they find a way. You know, life it just finds a way, and they found a way to not only win that game, but hey, guess what? They got the #1 seed as well. That was what was on the line for them. Keep that in mind. I mean, just damn, man. You knew it was a big game when Mama and Walnut opened up with double-doubles in the first half. You knew it was feeling it. But Moody, he was an absolute beast. We got the highlights for you. There was a ton of them, man. I'm not sure what they picked, but in a double overtime game like that, man, how can you really go wrong? Again, double-doubles early for Walnut and Mama. They really put on quite the show. On the other side, the Kings, Moody was an absolute beast. Sophia gave you some much-needed buckets. Cold World, hey, he was a sharpshooter, man. It just maybe one too many shots is what it really came down to. You know, Cook, he was terrific, got some buckets as well. Also, on the defensive end, he is an absolute scrapper, man. That is one guy you don't want to see. For the Kings, they got 4 of their guys all in double figures, just shy of getting all 5. Sophia finished with 9, but man, Mama, Walnut, what a game they had. Shots as well. That 3-headed beast from Blazer 5 had to rear its head for this one because it was certainly a challenge, and it's an double overtime thriller, to say the least. It's hard to even find my words for a game like this. I was on the floor to the last 30 seconds when I had to run back up because the emotion and the drama was just so high. You know, a team like B5, they lose to the Kings Guard in the ticket tournament. They feel like it should have never happened. Got to get some revenge. Take a look at the score. It took a whole lot of game time to get that revenge, but they come away with the 3-point win, 94-91 against a Kings Guard game squad that truly believes with this lineup they are top 5. And I'll tell you the way they play, sometimes it's hard to argue with that, but maybe too little too late getting to where they want to be. I'm going to send it down to my man, Scott Cole. Hope you caught your breath, Scott, after that double overtime thriller. Who you got?
So here we have it, the standings after the first 10 weeks of the NBA 2K League. With only 2 weeks left and only 2 teams having playoff spots officially clinched, anything could happen. If I had to make my predictions, here's what it would be. As you should know by now, the top 7 teams in the standings are in, and the Knicks have already earned an automatic playoff bid. So at this point, I think the top 6 teams in the standings, Blazers, Pistons, 76ers, Heat, Magic, and Cavs, are all in. And that leaves 1 spot left for either the Wizards, Celtics, Raptors, or Pacers. And my prediction for the final team making it is the Raptors. This team started the season 1-5 and has now won 5 of their last 6. If they can keep their hot streak alive and just win their final 2 games, I think they'll be in. But that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm out.